Hi everyone and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be covering taking a Euro EV road trip and what you might want to do to prepare for the French toll roads and how you can make life easier, how you can avoid the queues in the pay with cash or change area, how you can avoid having to lean over through your passenger window to actually get to it, to give the change, etc., and how you can get into these automatic lanes which save you time and potentially money. So let's, without further ado, get on to the different systems. So one of the first ones I found was this Ulys, who knows, classic e-toll. So you could pay 90 cents per day for unlimited amount of road used, or you can go for a £2 a month, so that's worth it after just 3 days. There's a premium where you can pay £3.50 for a mechanical breakdown of the thing and the ability to phone for help. Okay, not really sure what that's about, but that exists. And you've got the option of adding in Spain, Portugal and Italy too to more expensive plans, and so this seemed reasonably good value, so I was quite interested in this. But something comes up where you've got to put your IBAN in. Your IBAN is your international bank account number. I found it in my banking app, but my bank wasn't compatible. It seems like Brexit may have scuppered this slightly, because although we're still in this single European payment area, nationwide, my bank don't seem to want to play ball with it, so I couldn't get this one. It was very frustrating. An alternative is Bip and Go, cheaper as well, £1.90 or €1.90, although you do have to pay some money to actually get the card sent to you, etc. You can ask for a charging card, but yeah, it was going to be €20. Great, and then you're up and going. Wonderful, didn't mind that. But again, this message, your bank is not accessible for a SEPA direct debits, but British Bank should be, so couldn't get hold of Nationwide to find out why or what I could do about it, so both of those weren't a goer, and I was getting a bit frustrated at this point, and thankfully eMOVIS came along and rescued me with being able to put British bank accounts in. And so that worked perfectly fine. But my face may be hiding this on the video, but there is a £10 application fee. Okay. And then there's a €10, sorry. And then there's a €10 annual account management fee per service type. Okay. And then there's a €20 deposit on the device. And if you send it back, you might get it back. Okay, and then they want €7 instead of 2 or €1.90. Absolutely bloody wild. So it's an absolute rip-off. But that's what I've gone for. But maybe I've just been paying in bloody cash for how expensive this is. So maybe I have slight regrets about using this company. Certainly compared to the others. So let's see me fit.
Hi everyone. One of the things you may be considering, if like me you've got an EV, is taking some of your holidays by your electric car. You might be taking the Channel Tunnel, you might be taking one of the ferries that connect us to mainland Europe in a variety of ways. You might have got your EV to reduce your carbon footprint like me, or reduce air pollution, or you might have just got it because they're more convenient to run, cheaper to service, faster, quieter, and better in almost every way. But I thought I'd give you some tips for driving on mainland Europe, and in this case specifically France, and some of this might be most relevant to Paris. So without further ado, let's get in it and show you what's in that sticker and what's in this box. So if you're familiar with the UK and specifically London, you might be familiar with ULEZ zones or clean air zones, and in fact there's one in Newcastle as well. But what we've got here is the French version of ULEZ, and that's specifically useful around Paris, and it's called Crit Air, and I think some other cities in in France have it as well. So let's have a look. We will blur out my number plate and the QR code, But this is where you need to put it in your car. You need to put it in the passenger side, near side, windscreen. And it comes in a little envelope with some instructions about where to stick it. It's quite easy to stick down, and that gets you out of any ULEZ charges in France. Now, number 2, and I'll have to blur my address out, is this thing. This is a envelope for my telephage or something, whatever. Better French accent than that. And so there's a few companies that will do you an automatic toll road electronic tag. And the way that it works is that you're supposed to attach it to the driver's side of your rear view mirror. So just in your windscreen, it wants it to go, I'm in the passenger seat, it wants it to go just here. It's fairly simple to arrange. Now, there's a few companies that do it, and I tried to get them done through my bank account. You can set up a direct debit, but I was struggling for all of them except eMOVIS. So I don't necessarily recommend eMOVIS because they're one of the more expensive ones. Try with your bank account to see if you can get Bip and Go, because ultimately eMOVIS has sent me a package with Bip and Go's kit in, which is a bit frustrating. How it works is, just like in the northeast here, we've got the A19 toll road that reads your number plate and charges you automatically. They have set up a pan-European system that might struggle to recognise different number plates from different countries, although I'm sure that's not insurmountable. But how they've done it is they've set up a little thing where you can put an electronic doofadib in your windscreen, and a camera will read the radio signals from that. And they say if you don't want to use it anymore, put it back in your foil box. Don't bin the foil box, because that will block the signals. And it can also pay for car parking in certain car parks, but I guess you'll have to research what lists they do. But essentially, French and lots of European motorways are all toll roads. And so this system, if you pay the extra subscription prices, will do France, it will do Spain, it will do Italy, Portugal and Switzerland, which all have customer or consumer or light goods vehicle or customer passenger cars toll roads. There's ones in Belgium and the Netherlands as well, but they're only for HG fees. The cheapest one is Bip and Go or ULEZ. And you might pay a small fee to get the thing, but then for the month that you use it, and only the month that you use it, they will charge you €2. Now, I'm with Nationwide, and I couldn't get them to set up a direct debit. Because they're a European country, they don't want your account details or sort code. They want your IBAN, international banking something, bank account number. And it's very similar to your account number and your... get rid of that, account number and your sort code, but it's got an international number for what your bank is. And although we've done Brexit in the UK, we're supposed to still have access to this SEPA thing, so Single European Payment Authorization thing. But I just couldn't get it to work with a company called Ulys, ULYS, or Bip and Go. Tried multiple times. Really frustrating because they're the cheapest ones. They're about £2 or even £1.75 per month. But eMOVIS, although it did work, and they do give you a wee sticker for your car that you need. They're charging €7, and I have to pay like almost €10 to get it sent. And a €20 deposit, which I can get back if I send it back. So it's very frustrating. But if you're going to be taking multiple journeys to France, Italy or Spain, it's quite useful to have one of these. Do try your bank account to get... Do try with your bank to get Bip and Go or Ulys first before you have to resort to eMOVIS, because it's much more expensive. Okay, right, without further ado, let's show you the packet. So these are the instructions about where to put it. Just right by your rear view mirror, you peel off the sticky foam, and then you push it on, hold it on, and 10 seconds later it's all stuck. And they do give you some instructions about what class your vehicle is, because there's certain lanes that you can use in the motorway toll booths to get through. You know, number plate recognition would be better, wouldn't it? Be a lot simpler. Hello Europe, have you heard of ANPR? But here you go, let's have a look at that. So yeah, it's just telling you which lane to use. And if you're using a caravan, motorbike, you go in the other classes, but if you're just a car with a small trailer, you're allowed in the class 1. So let's open the Bip and Go and see what it's like inside. Never thought I'd be doing unboxing videos, but here you are. It's a little stiff. Ah, right, so you don't cut it or anything. It's just got a resealable foil pack. So let's get it out. And it's only yay big. And it's got all your codes on the back there. So yeah, let's refresh my memory of the instructions. So quite simple, you can see where it would slot in. And this is the little foam pad that will attach it to your windscreen, peel off the sticky pad, and it's good to go. Right, so yes, you can see the sticky pad, you can easily peel it off, and then we're ready to stick to the windscreen. Right, and you can see I've put it in. It was really easy, and you don't need to hold it for 10 seconds. It sticks after just a couple. So that's a nice, simple thing. Let's have a look what it looks like outside. Presumably, I don't know if it worked through radio waves or whether they're using this tiny little barcode. Very much doubt that. But this should be a good way to avoid having to stop at toll roads and get euros out and get stressed and having to reach out the opposite window and all that jazz. So it should be a nice simple way. If could be cheaper with a different company, eh? Right, so now we're outside the car. It's a fairly subtle thing. It's just this white doofy-dib here. This is all the sensors for whether the windscreen's wet and all that kind of jazz. So people would know it doesn't look like a huge theft risk or anything like that, and it's not blocking the majority of the view out of the windscreen. So hopefully this will make going to Disneyland this Easter a lot less stressful, and it might even encourage us to use holidays to France more often. It's quite popular to do EV road trips as EV owners rather than flying, and it's quite convenient that you don't have to take your luggage off to get on the train for the Eurostar, or although you can take your car on, or you know, to pay for parking at the airport and have all the extra hours at the airport. You can just set off and get going, and have all your stuff with you and have all your bikes on the back, which is something you can't really do if you're flying. Alright, well I'll see you in the next one, guys. Let me know if you're interested in this. Definitely look up Bip and Go and let me know if your bank account lets you get Bip and Go or ULEZ without a problem, or whether you, like me, have to resort to eMOVIS, taking the Michael with their prices, really. But still, I think it's going to be more convenient than having a stop. Alright, see you in the next one. Bye.
Hi everyone. Last message that I spam you with at the end of every video is that if you're looking for a new energy company, Octopus Energy have good prices anyway, and then if you use this code above, you can get £50 off for you and £50 off for me. They're a nice green company, and they're very innovative, and they've got good customer service. My recommendation for charging apps is just to use the Octopus Electroverse app. It's got a lot of the same features as that map, but they're free, and I think that's better. And actually, I can pay for all my charging with a nice RFID card, and I even get 8% discount because I've got a home charger, and I'm on one of the Octopus EV tariffs, and so they give me a nice discount. So if you want a £5 charging credit and you don't mind sharing another £5 with me, then click this link to get the app. Likewise with Instavolt, they're very reliable and they're the most common UK charging brand, with the most chargers everywhere, and they're very good. It's just the problem is they're very expensive during the day. After now 8 PM until 7 AM, it's only 55p, much more affordable, but use this referral code for their app, and then we both get a £5 each if you use 10 kilowatt hours. Lastly, go to backmarket.co.uk if you're looking for any electronics. They have second-hand and refurbished electronics, which are very good. Here is my Google Pixel 7, which I got from there. which works wonderfully. The battery's great in it. My wife got the same one, and yeah, we got it through Black Market. It was fantastic, and we've got a few of the kids' iPads and all that kind of jazz through there. And it's nice that these things haven't gone to e-waste. They're good prices. You get about 50 or 70% off new, depending on what it is. And if you use this code, you get an extra 10 off. So, you know, that can't be bad. And yeah, go for it. It's wonderful. All right, then. Thank you. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. And let me know if you manage to well, if you've got a better company than either of those two, or if your bank has managed to sort out the SEPA thing, or if it was just automatic, if there was no bother, or if you've got any other tips for driving in Europe. One of the people I found out about this by was Andrew Till, so you might know Mr. EV on YouTube. Check out his videos as well. He's done a few road trips all the way to Italy, so he's used the Italy extension thing that you can get through these through all these services, and driven all the way to like his wife's house down in Rome, which is absolutely miles away because it's southern Italy, isn't it? So these things are very doable in an EV. All right, see you in the next one, guys. Bye.